it's reasonable to be hesitant to know what kind of vibe Bodkin, the 2024 Netflix series that just came out on the 9th of this month, will actually give off. It's about a journalist who accompanies an American podcaster to a town in Ireland, Bodkin, to kind of do a true crime podcast about two people who disappeared about 25 years ago on the night of the town's now defunct Samhain Festival. I say true crime, but this is fully fictionalized, but it has a lot of true crime podcast stereotypes and timing and setting, and it really feels like they're sending an homage to that, even though it's not a podcast. It is still also completely fictionalized. But then you realize this is starring Will Forte. And does that make this a comedy? Is this going to be a goofy comedy? Because this sounds like it should be a dark thriller mystery. And maybe you haven't seen him in things like Nebraska, but Forte has a lot of range. And they wind up leaning in really well to his kind of like affable, kind, humorous side that you do get from a lot of his characters while removing the really insane, goofy strangeness that you get in a lot of his characters, which I do like, but it would not be appropriate here at all. You still get the twists, the turns, the revelations, the deaths, all of that, plus a little bit of comedy. So it's kind of like a dark comedy mystery. And if you are a fan of mysteries, true crime podcasts, true crime serials, again, this is fictionalized, I really think you're going to enjoy this. And that's definitely who Netflix is pitching this to. My only complaint is that in the seventh episode, and this is not a spoiler to the overall plot, but in the seventh episode, they fridge a dog, like a character we don't even know has a dog really up until this point. Is the dog is killed by Irish mobsters who we have heard have killed dozens of people. They're Irish mobsters. They're deadly, and yet they have to kill this dog to like give him motivation and let us know that they're really serious and they might kill more people. It just seemed like really bad writing, totally out of nowhere from a show that until that point had been pretty good. And if you are the kind of person for whom that is a real trigger, you're going to want to go to doesthedogdie.com and look for the timestamp in that episode 7 and just know that you can fast forward. It literally doesn't affect anything at all, and it should have been cut out because it's just badly written. That aside, so much of the rest of this is enjoyable. It's a quick binge. It's about 750 to an hour long minute episodes. It's about 7 hours, maybe 2 to 3 days to binge, depending on how you're doing it. I recommend it, and I think a lot of other people will enjoy it as well.